I made a presentation about frogs because I love them. I love them very much. They're my favorite animal right now. Um, so first off, the little basics about them. They're little creatures. You might have seen them around, like living in ponds and stuff, unless you live in big cities that don't have like parks or whatever. Um, Frogs are amphibians which means they have like two lives, which they start out living in water as little tadpoles, and then gradually gaining limbs to live on land. And also, toads are a type of frog. Uh, they have drier skin, which it makes them look bumpy and warty. Uh, and while picking up toads, don't worry about getting warts. That's only a myth. They might pee on you, and all toads are a little poisonous, so do wash your hands while handling frogs. Alright. Uh, little bit of frog facts. Frogs shed their skin daily and eat them like like a whole body booger. A group of frogs is called an army, which is pretty interesting. I didn't know about that until I started to watch one specific anime. That I'll talk a little bit more about that after. So some frog species are poisonous because of the bugs that they eat in the wild. So in the captivity, they don't get the same food source, so they're not as poisonous. So they're much safer to handle. Also, while looking this up, I didn't know that there's an Egyptian goddess, Haggit, I think? I'm so sorry. She's a frog goddess who represents fertility, and she's right there in the corner. Frogs are the best. Well, starting to make this presentation, I found so many frogs that I've never seen or heard of before, which is like, God bless, this was the best decision I've ever made. There are a lot of frog characters featured in games, movies, cartoons, anime, and like comics, which is like great. I love that. Even a lot of frogs have been featured in memes, which always saying that really brightens up my day. Some popular frogs that you may know of are Kermit the Frog, Sleepy Toad, who actually is a frog. I don't know why he's named Sleepy Toad. The popular game franchise Frogger, Pippi the Frog, which is like, to be honest, one of the most popular frogs, I think. Alright, so a little bit life and death of Pepe the Frog. Pepe the Frog has been used for many years in reaction images and memes, which in the recent times, which I would say like 2016, he had been turned into an alt-right symbol, which didn't really go over well with a lot of people and the creator itself. Pepe was originally created for a comic called Boys Club in 2005, and then 4chan picked up the character and mainly started to use him with the phrase "feels good, man." And then the media picked him up as a hate symbol, and it went out of control. People want to save Pepe because people believe Pepe was not a bad character. He's just a frog. Even the original creator wanted to save him, but it was futile. So he just killed him off because it wasn't worth fighting for. So he actually died in the comic. And some of my favorite frogs, like the glass frog, which it looks like a little frog gummy. The desert rain frog, which you've definitely seen that one YouTube video where it's screaming. The horn frog. which I love them. They're called the horned frogs because of the little horns on top of their eyes. The dumpy tree frog, which you could see why it's called that. And the tomato frog, which it comes in from like very bright red to like a more orange color. And then made a little tier list myself from the frog characters that I looked up and some of the frog characters that I already knew about. And I mostly ranked them on like how they are shown, as like the top one being just regular frogs. They don't really do much. They don't speak. They're just regular frogs. Like the top ones being the frog from Puppy the Performer, Leningrad from Usavik, Froggy from Sonic Adventure, Rubik King, which the frogs are, I would say they're like little golf balls or something. I don't know. I don't know how well to explain it. Frogger and Greninja. I had to at least pick one Pokemon frog, and Greninja's the coolest one. The next being like very much a frog, but it kind of bleeds into the frog but anthro, but very much still frog. I put it there as like they have minimal clothing. They're very closely resembling a frog character. That you just look at it and you're just like, yeah, that's a frog, or something like that. Which the top examples I would say is Michigan J Frog from Looney Tunes, Kermit the Frog, and Nanette from Romeo and Juliet. Froggy with Anthro characters that I put in. I tried to justify them as like they have clothing that's more like they have like more human traits to them and stuff like that. Which the top ones I put in there, to be honest, are Sprig from Amphibia. I put in Pepe the Frog because he kind of fits in there. The Meet the Robinsons frog. I don't know what his name is. And the last one are minimal frog features, which they are supposed to be frogs, but if you looked at them yourself, you wouldn't really tell that they are. Like the first one being Prince Fleaswallow from Parappa the Rapper, which I first thought that he was a lizard. I didn't think it was a frog at all. What's her name? Asuri? I'm really sorry. She's a girl that's supposed to be a frog, but like, I don't know, she's still a girl. And yeah, I also did this tier list that I originally wanted to change it, but like I still wanted to keep it just because it was funny, as like ranking them from I love them, they're there for the memes, classic frogs. Who even remembers him? What are you doing in my house? And straight assholes, because I just don't like them. But I feel like I should have also put in straight assholes as I don't like them, Crazy Frog, because Crazy Frog has like so little frog features, you wouldn't be able to tell that he's even a frog if you looked at him. He only is named a frog for like no reason. And I hate him so fucking much because he has a dick in his design. What frog has a dick? Whose idea was that? It is the worst. I hate it. I'm sorry I just ranted. That's it. That's my whole presentation.
Thank you so much, Parku.
I'm sorry. Everyone
That
spam
was
frogs in chat.
amazing. So this is exactly why I wanted to do this. I wanted to have controversial hot takes on which frogs were the best. I'm living. I know I am. I hope that y'all enjoyed that.